Hello everyone, look at this, something of a surprise for you, a midweek battle from Napoleonic Wars, and this is the Napoleonic Wars Battle Championship, Season 2, and we have plenty of people in the server. Look at these fine fellows. Let me just tell you about the teams. Now, United Kingdom, you can see there the Miquelettes, the 15th, the 59th are in there as well, the 63rd, and oh goodness, let me look at all that. All those people in there, fantastic. And, oh God, Craig, we've lost Craig already. Doozle's killed him. And on the other side, on the Russian side, with some old friends we haven't seen for a while. The 77Y, also in there are the 33rd. So you can see all of those guys in there with a great turnout. And, of course, all the admins. So, we're looking down here at the 77Y and 33rd Artillery. And there's Slayer Boy. And there, of course, Monsieur Turtle. And who's this? There's Voodoo in as the Cannoneer. Doozle in as well. And there's Jimbo 2000 Bob. And who's engineering? It's Rostafari. Engineering goodness from Ross there. Now, who's this waiting patiently at the back? Oh, there's a name we haven't seen in the 77Y for a long time. The mass murdering sniper that is Temurai. Yeah, absolutely deadly with a cannonball. Anyway, let me tell you about what's going on. Let's go and see the rest of the teams. Look at this, the 15th YR, Recruit Yoshalini, and who is leading? There, of course, is Colonel Falk, commanding officer of the 15th, leading the boys forward and into battle. Great turnout, and who's tail end Charlie? There's Fear Ripper, Colour Sergeant at the back of the 15th YR. Now, they're in as the Brits, and you can see cannonballs from the 77Y claiming multiple members, and they're asking them to shoot at poor old Falk there. And that's exactly what they're doing. A cannonball just whipped over the top of them there. Now, here's the 59th. There's Lieutenant Colonel Tim at the back there. And this, look at this line of Black Watch. Doesn't it look fantastic? Now, who's at the front? There, Colonel Cadewolf of the 59th. And doesn't this line look absolutely fantastic? Great bunch of guys. Now, let's see. So, there's going to be essentially 3 rounds. No map change, no change of sides. And look at that, cannonballs. Cannonballs bouncing in between. Multiple members. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, it's the Brits. It's the 59th Ensign Watermelon. And leading them forward, it's Captain Jackie of the 59th. You can see these guys moving forward very quickly. They're using the hills to cover themselves from what is, there we go. You can see the 77Y jumping up high. Midgarder looking to try and take down a few people. And let's see what's going on. As you can see, the earthworks in place. And this is going to be a difficult situation here for... Oh, down went Captain Jackie. Canister shot into poor Jackie. He's been sacrificed at the start of the charge. And look at this great play here by the 59th. They're taking out the artillery already, but there is artillery guard in there. Doozle is currently charging in the opposite direction. His cannoneer Ziggs as well. He's in there as the engineer. So you can see, oh, there, of course, the well-known Fort Derp being built by the 77Y. And a little bit of stab and grab coming in there as Midgard gets taken down by Rhaegar. And you can see these guys now fleeing away as Ziggs and the others try to cut them down as they make their eventual escape. So they took down a few people, lost a few people, but generally have not stopped the 77Y artillery. And now come the skirmishers. Here we go. Jaeger's coming in. There's Mr. Fork and Mr. Soda. And, of course, the quick one. Well, precisely. So those guys now forcing, there's Jawasus, forcing the guys to run, and a couple of the 77Y. Vinod and Marksman taken down by the cannon of Reaper. And you've also got cavalry in here. Now this is going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. Is his cavalry going to turn? You can see the 33rd Cavalry. Yeah, they've jumped. So 77Y and the 33rd working together. These fine hussars jumping on what remains of the 59th. There's Captain Basil trying to watch in all directions for a nasty horse. You never know. They're trying to literally point all their bayonets out. Oh, got to be careful for that friendly stab. Got to be very careful. They're going to literally try and be looking in all directions, and this is the problem that you have up against cavalry. You can't really face your back all the way round. The game just doesn't allow it. That fine stab coming in there onto the horse of Bones Apart. What a great name. And the 33rd picks up a musket with a bayonet on it and is looking to fight the remaining Brits. Or maybe he might decide to cheese it in the opposite direction. That looks like what he's going to do. Now, as the cavalry, which suffered a few losses, as you can see, we're over here with the doorstop heads. It's the 33rd, Captain Nigel leading the boys forward. Don't these guys look fantastic? And at the back there, there's Soldat, Xerxes. Now, you can see these guys are moving up as it looks like Marl has been taken down. Poor guard Marl there. And let's see. There's Mr. Turtle looking for the enemy. Now, we're going to look around. And here, the fine members of the British artillery, the 63rd E. There's Pixie and Guard Nano. And loading. There you have Sebi from the 63rd. Oh, heavens above. Nano just being finished off. Catching that cannonball. As now the members of the 59th make their way past. Oh, look at this. This is a surprise and an ambush waiting to happen. The 15th waiting behind the hill. Very nasty stuff coming in from those guys. And Colonel Falk obviously moving, getting these guys ready for a possible counter-attack as SOP Mr. Johnson gets taken down by a cannon with Slayer Boy doing his duty. Look at this. It's brutal. Oh, dear. Ooh, oh, God. Oh, that's a very unfortunate way to die. Died courtesy of a horse's bottom. Oh, that's a really nasty way to go. Not that I would know anything about that. Ah, Pew Kapowie. Pew Kapowie, I should say. Engineer of choice, as you can see. Fine engineering work occurring here. As you can see him building these defences to stop cannonballs that come in their general direction. Maybe may need a few on the right-hand side, but we'll have to see how that turns out. But he's doing his fine engineering work. As there is Yorkshire Pudding. Now, Andrew Undertaker, private of the 77Y, moving forward with this line led by Captain Gaz. There he is, Captain Gaz leading the line forward with a fine moustache on him this evening. There's the High Lord, and there's Eddowes, and Ricky Maru. Oh, there's a name I haven't seen for so long. And Grenade Rye, and Tommy Lowell. Now let's see, Andrew we've seen. There's PFC Harrier. There's Burgundy is really bad. Wilhelm Mark. Luca. Henker. Ruthless. Oh my goodness, there's so many of it, it's never ending. There's Dogue. And there's Roly Roly. And Anti-Dearth. Zaleski. Oh, look at that, it's the Ginger Ninja himself. It's the Colonel. The man himself. The legend in his own underpants, Mr. Ast here. And Frallerate, and at the back it's Hidden Blast. So, this line of snaking 77Y is looking for an opportunity. And you can see now that 59th Corporal Nick has been taken out. Oh, this could be an opportunity here against the 77Y. That's exactly what it is. But no, they've turned. Oh, we thought they were going to maybe go in there, but they wheeled around. And now the 77Y have been seen and spotted, but it could be possible. The Miquelettes, yeah, they definitely the United Kingdom. This could be a problem for the 77Y. They could be forming up for an attack, and this is what the 77Y have to watch for. You can see they're trying to keep their formation quite loose, and then maybe make a little bit of a shot into the enemy. There we go, Grenadier Rao taking down Blusetto, and they want to try and get as many kills as they can, but oh, reinforcements, like, oh my goodness, look at this, the 15th YR, masses of reinforcements from the 59th as well. Oh, this is going to be very, very bad for the 77Y. They're going to have to get in there in the line. They're coming out in force. Look at this. Out they come in force. They're going to have to form that line very, very quickly. And oh, then they get jumped by the cavalry at the same time. Oh, wonderful timing by the cavalry, the opportunistic jump in there, as now they've got to go after the line infantry as well. And you've got man over here trying to go for a quick kill. There we go, a little bit of stabbing going on the side. As you can see, Cregan trying to defend himself, and that was Luca going in for a nasty kill. And now you can see the remaining members of the British forces breaking and attacking on the 77Y, and this is a really bad situation for the 77Y. Wonderful timing and patience there by the British forces. Got the situation for the 77Y where they were outflanked and then jumped by the cavalry just to make the situation worse. And there's Tom McLol, sorry, not Tommy Lol. I do apologise. And here's Andrew with a fine stab in Dade. Look at that. And this is where the 77Y's very, very good melee skills come to the fore. As you can see here. Oh, goodness me. And a little bit of a friendly stab in there as well. So don't make me out to be a liar, please, 77Y. So we'll just have to wait and see as this guy's still trying to defend himself. Who is this man? It's Mel Cellini, Lance Corporal of the 15th YR. And all that remains of the 77Y is Captain Gaz, Tommy McLaw, Anti-Dearth and Undertaker. So a significant number there. 47 versus 53. So the numbers are still... Oh, cannonball. The numbers are still pretty even. And you can see these guys here from the 15th YR changing direction and moving quickly in the opposite direction. So, obviously, if you change direction, then you would move quickly in the opposite direction. Call me old-fashioned. There we go. Another about face by these guys. And the reason for that is... Well, no reason at all, really. You've got 59th Lieutenant Lonely Wolf over here as the Black Watch. And let's see what they're planning, because they must be up to something. Lieutenant Colonel Tim. And over the hill. We're hearing firing. What are we hearing? Must be coming from over here. A random horse going past. Hello, random horse. As the cannons now. Here, the British cannons. Engineer... Pew Pew Kapui coming under attack from the skirmishers of the 77Y. Those fine rifles coming in with Mr. Falk there. And Tommy Lee. Well, precisely. And up the top, Marksman Emilio. And now they're also supported by the 33rd. There's Xerxes coming in as well. And supported by Commanding Officer from the 33rd, Lieutenant Colonel Spoons. And yes... It is the two-dimensional bird. Fantastic. And there we go. They're breaking to attack the Black Watch. This could be a difficult situation for the 59th. Up against these fellows in the 33rd. Lieutenant Burgundy there. And we can see more stabbing going on here. It looks like the 33rd are having a few problems. They've just lost Lieutenant Colonel Tim in the 59th. So let's just wait and see. Another of the 59th going down there. As you can see, two members. Oh, we've lost one of the 77Y. Colonel Falk finished off. Shot brutally down there by 77Y marksman. And so you've got over here another section. What remains of the line of the 77Y are now being attacked by the cavalry forces of the Miquelettes. There's Mr. T. Fantastic stuff. And now, oh no, that's nasty. A sword across their face and Mr. T's been dehorsed. And there we go, look at that, more stabbing coming in from the likes of Lieutenant Burgundy of the 33rd. And the Miquelettes have lost quite a few numbers as well, but they've still got some people sniffing around, looking for that opportunistic kill and random flying horses. And there is Captain Gamer, leader of the skirmishers, and trying to kill the remaining members of the cavalry. Oh, look at this. The commanding officer's been taken down. Lieutenant Colonel Spoon's defending himself. Fine slice. Oh, excellent slice into recruit Yoshalini. And so Spoon's going in there as the commanding officer. Oh, looks like he's about to be diddled by a horse. That was very unfortunate. Nearly got in there and he's trying to defend himself with that fine cavalry sabre. Look at that. Excellent block by Spoons. One slice. And he's got to watch his back. He's really got to watch his back. He's going to have a bad time otherwise. As some of the Brits continue to fight against the likes of Spooky and friends. As down goes Major Johnny Boy. There's a nice team kill from Flashcom's 487. Dope. Now, commanding officer has survived. There's Flashcom 497. And here is the defensive fort. complete with casualties. And now the Russians are running. Let's see. Down goes Jedi Duck Monsnik. Oh, the Jedi Duck could not avoid that, unfortunately. Oh dear. So, let's see. Now, Captain Nigel. And we watch. Let's see what's going on. Now, we shall watch the likes of Trooper Kelly from the 33rd and the remainder of these forces. Let's go and have a look at numbers. 3 left and 24. Oh God, the Brits are going to have a really, really bad day. I generally don't talk in chat when casting. You know. So, you know, they're saying stuff to me in chat, and, you know, it's like, why are you talking? All the rest of it, stuff like that. So, I tend not to talk while I'm in chat, in casting, because then it distracts you from the actual occurrences. Anyway, round number 1 to the unicorns, and we move on. And we return with round number 2, and we move over to some engineering work. There's Pew Pew Kapari. Look at that. I don't know who he's shooting at. Is he going to hammer somebody there? Not sure what's going on with that. But never mind. Random engineering. And here is Gunner Craig. Working together with Falk Pixie. Or Larry Falk Pixie. And look at that cannonball go over the top. And then bounce. And then no doubt bounce again. So, the 77Y proving themselves to be as adept cannoneers as they always have been. Doesn't help with the likes of Temurai on your side. Just brutal. Brutal, brutal man he is when it comes to cannons. So, Fear Ripper making use of a handy rock. Not sure why he's there, but never mind. And look at that. Voodoo Cannoneer for the 77Y taking down Corporal Carolus and Pixie already as we move in with the 15th YR. And over here as the Black Watch, the 59th. Look at that. There's Chris and there's Sir Hagam and the Vasilis and Harry and Bilblio or Biblio, Luck, Saxio, more Saxio. There's Kraken or Cregan. More Cregan again, and there's Lonely Wolf, and there's Lieutenant Colonel Tim as Taylor and Charlie. And oh my goodness, we've lost the High Lord already, and Sebi's been taken down by cannons. Oh, that's unfortunate. And it looks like, see if we can find out where the activity, there's the activity, look at that. Oh, it looks like this could be a nasty situation here. Is this a little bit of horsey goodness? Yes. In come the Hussars. The fine Hussars coming in to support their comrades, the Russians in the centre, as the 77Y line has come under attack. Now with marksmen in there as well, which aren't really designed to take on cavalry. They're being supported by the line of the 33rd. But that was a nasty situation for the 77Y. It looks like they've managed to keep released a reasonable number of their forces. As there's Corporal of Horse, Johnny. And now the remaining members of the British Army are running. There's Rhaegar, the 59th Lieutenant. And here is Dank Tank, or the name, Shrek. And there's Ipo. Turns to shoot. And unfortunately kills no one. And gets into a little bit of a stand-up fight with a nice bayonet. Well, hurrah indeed. As you can now see these guys kind of falling over each other to sort of get out of the way of the steam train that is the 77Y melee. As there's Undertaker. And Gaz has been murdered by Lonely Wolf with the 59th. So they've just lost their commanding officer. Oh, look at that. In comes a commanding officer as well. Is that Spoons? No, it's Slave Duke as well. Some of the 59th. He's in as a commander. And God only knows what he's up to. But doesn't he look fantastic? Anyway. And there Lance Corporal of Horse, Jacob, GR43. So, let's have a look at the numbers. 31 and 40. So, right now the Russians are suffering with a little bit of damage on numbers. And, oh, look at that. Who's went down over here? It look a bit of recruit horse. Ironic. Oh, barge to the floor. Opportunistic stab. Oh, that was fantastic. Darthano there was barged to the floor by an enemy horse. Managed to block the sword swipe on him as he got back up. And then sliced his enemy across the chest and killed him. A great play there by Mikolet's Darthnow. Or Darthano. My apologies, Darth, if I've completely butchered your name. But, you know, that's kind of the thing I do on a regular basis. Oh, it's Darth Melkor. A name from the Lord of the Rings, for those of you who know that kind of stuff. Yes, I'm a nerd. Anyway, over here, we're looking at Reaper from the 63rd. And guarding with, there's Nano again guarding. Look at him, doesn't he look fine? With that moustache and that fine nozzle. So. And there's Mr. Turtle. Checking through his binocs. There's Slayer Boy. And over here, Voodoo. Whoa, jumping out of the way is Rastafari as that cannonball comes bouncing past. And looks like English Doge has been killed. Looks like, what's that? Yeah, Jedi Duck got slayed for officer aiming. And we're waiting for the cannon to be aimed and fired. Oh, look at that. Still waiting for that cannon. More engineering on the side there. Let's watch the engineering. Oh, he's got to be careful. As Charlie continues to observe. Oh, Nelly. And he's not going to get a chance to fire. Because it's all charge. And no firing. So he's going to have to fire his shot off at some point. Is he going to do it? Nope, he's not. What a honourable man. So, let's see now. Okay. So we're looking now at 16 versus 34. And it could be an interesting battle. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out. Oh, look at this. Oh, fantastic. Look at the numbers of Brits coming over the hill. Doesn't that look great? We'll follow these guys as they move in. And there's the Russians. So we follow these guys as they get into their melee. Look at that. The Brits just moving forward like a flood. A wave of bayonets as Rastafari gets taken down. Jarwassus also finished off as well. Falk gets taken down. Charlie the Turtle is murdered. Midgarder and Scarin the Viking also down. And Chosen being a bit of a div. Never mind, we're on to the next round. The final round, and it's 1-1. We'll be right back. And we are back. As we follow the 77Y moving out from spawn. And over here on the side on the left, we've got cavalry moving out. And there, Grenadier Civils. There's the doorstep squad, the 33rd. And of course the fine Hussars, Lieutenant Foxy leading the boys forward. Look at that, doesn't it look fantastic? Galloping past their camera. Complete with the commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Spoons, who seems to have lost an eye recently. But at least he hasn't kept up the tradition of commanding officers like Malekith, who catches cannonballs with his head. But never mind. Here we go. High Lord. And there's Captain Gaz. And you've got one of the commanding officers there, Lieutenant Foxy. Doesn't she look foxy? Waiting to go. Checking the area, seeing where the enemy are located. And then you've got Gaz up with the spyglass, looking for the enemy. And he knows they're out there. He definitely knows they're out there. So, let's go and find them. Here's Nano, of course, who can forget that fine moustache. And hopeful shooting. Now, over here, it looks like, oh, look at this. Looks like we've got a large number of the Brits moving up on the left flank. Now, this could be a very interesting situation because if they manage to sneak, they'll get past the Russians and hit them from behind. And the last thing you want is an angry Scotsman hitting you from behind. That's just dangerous. So, there's Falk. And here are the Scots. They're looking for their quarry. So the cannonballs fly over their heads. And they're keeping close to the bottom down here so that they can't be seen that easily. Because bear in mind, you are wearing a bright red uniform, like Cade Wolf here, in the middle of a snowfield. Oh, you were hoping to hit someone with that pistol, weren't you? Yeah, that's like happens maybe once in a blue moon. And yeah, it looks like they've definitely been seen by the 77Y artillery. Now this is where it gets dangerous, because an unfortunate cannonball coming through the middle here will take out quite a lot of this 15th YR there. And I think that's something Colonel Falk would like to avoid, generally speaking. So, oh dear. So, let's see what's going on. Now. Oh, it's horses. But it's friendlies. Friendly horse. Commanding officer, Slave Duke there. On the clippity-clop. With a fine bead. Fine beardage. And Captain Jackie in there as well. Huzzah indeed. And here is Jedi Duck, Mosnick. And now they're moving back because they're afraid they're going to get into artillery range. Yeah, the things like that don't help. Oh, look at that. Oh, Falk dodging a bullet literally by inch. Oh, again. Oh, Falk. What is going on? Normally, commanding officers have this magnetic attraction to cannonballs. But Falk with some absolutely stonking avoidance of cannonballs today. Wow. So there's definitely some Falk aiming going on. I suppose we could call that FA as opposed to OA, but I'm not sure Falk would appreciate that when, you know, referred to him, it's like, oh, FA. So I'm not sure that would help him, but, you know, never mind. Some great avoidance there by the colonel of the 15th YR. So, let's see what's going on over here. As there's some rowdy Scotsmen up to no good, no doubt. It's the 59th, and you can see them itching for a fight. Look at them. They can't stand still for more than 2 seconds. And now we're looking at Cade Wolf. And it seems to be sort of a bit of a standoff at the moment. And the armies don't really want to engage. Now, bear in mind, this is 1-1, and this is the final round. So this is essentially the important round. So they don't really want to go Banzai, because it will essentially could lose them the round and lose them the game. And obviously, you know, this is a battle championship. It's important as far as they're concerned. You know, there's pride on the line and reputation and all that kind of stuff. So we'll have to wait and see what they decide to do. Now, let's just hope they actually do decide to do something, because it might be a case of the admin says, fine, if you're just going to stand there, we're going to make you all charge and fight it all out anyway. So that will make it a very, very, very messy melee. If you have 83 and 79... Whoops. 83 and 79 all fighting. Oh dear, he's not only been shot, but sat on. How unfortunate. Apparently he had sticky keys. Oh dear. Oh dear. A little bit of discipline done there, along with a bit of furious teabagging from Xerxes. So just give them time, they'll kill all each other. Yeah, that's probably... So that's probably what Falk's plan is. He's basically keeping them so bored that they'll end up shooting each other in frustration because they've got nothing to do. So we'll just have to wait and see if that works. There's Captain Gamer and Xerxes and Corporal the Quick One loading up his rifle. The 77Y turned to cannibalism. Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe that. They nibbled on Aztir more than once, I'm sure. As there's Gamer. Now, let's see. Let's see what they're going to do. Because this is where it becomes a standoff. And it's very unfortunate, but I completely understand why. I mean, all it needs is a lucky cannon shot that could literally cause the sudden attack to occur. There's Dusel. And of course, Jambo 2000 Bob. And there's Temurai. And you can see that unfortunately Recruit Male has died horribly, stabbed himself in the testicles and fallen off the server. And Ziggs here seems to be building half of the world with his fine spadage. Look at this. We shall watch some aggressive engineering. Fine aggressive engineering here by Ziggs. There we go. Look at that. An earthen mound of such quality. Always good stuff. Stacking stones and earth on top of each other. Excellent. So. Oh, what's this? Marksman sniffing around. Gamer. Getting aggressive. Now. Look at this. See, the trouble is they've got to be careful, because if they go too aggressive... Random horse. Hello, random horse. If they get too aggressive, then it's going to get to a situation where they're going to get jumped by cavalry, and they really don't want that. So. There's Foxy. Now. In 5 minutes, they will all charge. So they will have to do something. They can't sit there forever. And the admin isn't getting any younger. Can't argue with that. That's why you have rules of these kind of things, yeah, all charged to make sure. I mean, I remember a tribes game where nobody attacked because they didn't want to give away the benefit. So, you know, it was exactly this kind of problem. So, you know, it's just one of those things. Just nature of the game, ladies and gentlemen. And here is Dead Hunter, or Headhunter, sorry, Headhunter. There's Recruit John Stones, and that's, whoops-a-daisy. Oh dear. Jedi Duck Mosnick now being teabagged. Look at that, he comes out of his line to teabag and then goes back into his line. That's good drill there, good drill. So maybe that was an emergency teabagging. So, needless to say, the commanding officer was not happy with something said in the line. And now you can see Jacob, GR43 falling off. And here is Captain Jackie of the 59th. They're moving out. And here, of course, is Cade Wolf, Colonel of the 59th, looking for an opportunity that he knows will come. But it's just a matter of time. So, we could have an all charge in about 3 minutes. We'll have to wait and see. If that happens, then it's going to be the mother of all melee battles to decide this match. Oh, look at that Deucer with a couple of kills onto cavalry. 2 members of the Miquelettes. So we'll have to wait and see. Colonel Tim. And Captain Jackie. Now. So, let's see as we can look around. We're hearing horses. And here is the 77Y Getting up close and personal. Trying to get shots on the enemy. Here's Frala up on the top of his little... I'm not sure what you would call that. But here is Gamer leading the boys further forward. That fine Gamer beard, of course. I think I have footage of him frantically teabagging a dead Azteer in the middle of a siege and then getting shot. So that's quite some good footage there. So let's see. Let's see. What are we going to... Oh, heavens. Voodoo taking a couple of members of the 63rd out. Cannoneers, and there we go. 2 minutes, 21 seconds till all charge. Which means, essentially, the cavalry will need to dismount and all charge. Into battle with melee weapons drawn. As here, there's strangle ducks. And we're watching Sir Legion, horsemen of the 33rd. Or Hussarmen, I suppose you could say. All charge, no shooting, cavalry dismount. There you go. So, here's some other cavalry, the Brits. Their fine jackets. I've got to figure out why they have their jackets like that. It seems to be a little bit of a, you know, I suppose it's just design and all the rest of it. There we go, the cav is now dismounting. And they're going in for a little sneaky attack on these guys. There's Temerai running in the opposite direction. The cav has dismounted. And now these guys are going to literally run away from them. Oh dear. Fantastic. And here they come, charging up behind them. Fantastic stuff. Look at this. Now, there is Charlie the Turtle, Mr. Turtle himself. And there's Rastafari. And they are fixing the bayonets. So, look at this. Elisar, a name also from the Lord of the Rings. And there we go, the 15th YR. Oh, goodness me, look at this! Oh, heavens above as he knocks the microphone. Very professional, Chad. Oh, my goodness. Down goes Gaz, gets team killed right at the start. Oh, Gaz. Poor Gaz. I can imagine he's swearing like somebody set his pubes on fire. But never mind, as the mass melee begins. Look at this. Yorkshire pudding gets sliced up as more battles are occurring. Felix also going down. Mass stabbing all over the place. Look at this. The bodies just littering the hillside here, with breaking out into various sections, looking to pit up weapons with extra reach. Those muskets with the bayonets on the end, the 17-inch bayonet, just that extra little bit of reach to get in that important stab. And let's look at the numbers, 41 and 45. It's very, very equal right now between both the teams, but look at this. In comes reinforcements. Reinforcements over here. Here come the 15th and more of the 77Y. And the stabbing continues. Look at this. This is fantastic. 26 and 34. The United Kingdom has the advantage and they're starting to bunch up a little bit. You can see here. Now, let's see if the Russians are going to try and split them apart so they can separate them out. As down goes Dank Tank and Jarwasus. And Hoodoo also finished off. Anti-Dearth goes down. Tommy Lee goes down. Colonel Tim from the 59th. And this is looking brutal. Let's see. 19 Russians, 28 United Kingdom. Oh, the United Kingdom have the advantage right now. It's not looking that way. We'll have to wait and see. But what I'm thinking is there's probably a few more to come. 17 and 22. And the Russians are starting to cut back the numbers of Brits here. As here's Cade Wolf coming in. Let's see. There's more up on the hill. As down goes Biblio. And we're looking at 12 and 16. United Kingdom 16. The Russians 12. Now, let's see. Mass murdering occurring. 6 and 11. The Brits have the advantage. And down goes another member. Conscript Adults. Down goes Spooky as well. Oh, there's two Russians left. Oh, look at this. Who's defending the honour of the Russians? It's the Charlie. It's the Turtle. He's defending himself with the honour of the Russians. Oh, he's been sliced once. And he's finally finished off. Poor Charlie couldn't hold it against the Brits. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The match one of the first battle of the Napoleonic Wars Battle Championship. And my congratulations to, obviously, the winning team. And commiserations to the losing team. A fantastic battle. And my thanks to all the regiments that attended. So, we shall leave you with it. And I hope you've enjoyed this midweek battle and fun and games. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Take care, everyone, and cheerio, boys.